Ghê quá. Cái ghế ngồi phê vãi lồn. Cắt xịt nào. Đi lấy cốc. Star. À. Hóa ra là bọn bát đánh được đàn, chơi đủ các thể loại nhạc cụ à? Hay phết nhỉ. Tôi tưởng là mấy cái đấy bọn nó phải mua emote, nó đánh được từ cái emote. Hóa ra là bát. Bát là cái bọn cầm cung ấy nhỉ. Thổi sáo đi đi ở trong game, đi ở trong đun thấy có thằng cầm lôi sáo ra thổi đấy. Cái này. Bơ đi rồi. Ngay từ hôm ấy là bơ đã đi rồi. Bơ đã được cho sang với các cụ rồi. Các cụ sang đấy các đón rồi. Đây có quyết định rồi, đến ngày 22 tháng 12. Hết. Hết. À, ngoài này có mấy quả em không cách ly tại nhà rồi đấy. Khi ta điện. Ây da. Is that for free?
Cast down?
Innocent.
But it is you who are the villains.
Oh.
Father told me that I am hope. I am righteousness. And I am a god. That is why I was born, as man and sin eater both. I should be the one.
Có vẻ hơi cực đoan nhỉ? Vẻ hơi cực đoan. Chỉ vì mọi người bảo hot. Hot thì
Damn you! I am your god!
Look! The sky!
Fools! Were it not for my decisive action, the whole city would have been overrun, razed to the ground. Yet they dare to complain about casualties? Spare me. I'll wager they were put up to it by those wretches who seek to usurp me. They're stirring up the citizenry. But if they think I will yield to the likes of them, they are gravely mistaken.
To be subjected to such deplorable treatment, such ingratitude. You have my sympathies, sir. You do so much good for this city, and you could do so much more were you not surrounded by fools.
Who are you? You're not supposed to be in here.
My apologies for the intrusion, but I come bearing a proposal, one that will ensure the longevity of your reign. But give me the word, sir, and I will bring hither a light warden. By giving its power to the babe within your lady wife's womb, we shall create a transcendent being, a king to rule over all. And as sire to the king, your authority will never again be in question.
Amazing. Before my Vorthri, they behave as docile pets. With this gift, my line should be guaranteed power for perpetuity. We shall rule the whole world.
By all means, sir. United under Yulmor's banner, men will cease fighting and abandon their ambitions. Thus, they will grow fat and complacent, and in their sloth, seal your supremacy.
you all right? Say something! 12 for Fend. He cannot contain the light. He's beginning to turn.
Ôi, tôi bị biến.
Oriange, if you've aught up your sleeve, now is the time. It's changing back.
Mình chửi sáng. À, mình không hút được ánh sáng này.
The combined power of every Light Warden is too terrible a burden for any one soul to bear. And so I shall relieve you of it.
Thằng này hút à?
Exarch, what are you doing?
Hy sinh à?
I will channel this profusion of power to the Crystal Tower and use it to travel to other worlds. As I have dreamed of doing ever since I first learned of their existence. Who would choose to remain here in this dying realm when they might go elsewhere and begin anew? Not I. And thus did I use you.
No, I don't believe you. It doesn't make sense. Damn you! We won't let you do with him as you please.
Do not interfere! Please, I beseech you all, let him go!
Thằng ấy sách hy sinh rồi.
You knew of this, Oriange. Tis all a fiction. Such vaguely defined acts of teleportation stand no chance of success. The Exarch will never live to see another world, as he knows only too well.
Then, what does he mean to do?
He means to take the light with him into the rift, where he will die. From the beginning, he intended to sacrifice himself to save our friend and Norvrend.
At journey's end, an opportunistic thief makes off with the hero's prize. A paltry way to end a chapter, I concede. Yet your tale will continue, and my role in it will scarcely be remembered. Worry not. Whatever should become of me, I will be happy and free, safe in the knowledge that I have played my part.
Ôi. Này trong phim nó phải gọi tên. Ơ, thằng này không có đuôi à? Có đuôi à?
Thank you for fighting for this world, for believing. Fare you well, my friend, my inspiration.
Ui. Ui. Bọn này nó mưu đồ là nó dụ hết cái đồng.
Only those who possess the royal eye of the Allagan Imperial line are capable of controlling the Crystal Tower. Such individuals do not exist in the first. Therefore, in all likelihood, the Exarch arrived here with the tower. This much I had surmised, yet I could not discern his grand scheme. To think that he went through all this trouble for the sake of a single hero. It's almost admirable in its absurdity. Alas, it is not your grand scheme that will succeed, but ours.
You bastard!
Stay put. Your friend is still alive, but whether he remains so depends on you. What a disappointment you turned out to be. I placed my faith in you, let myself believe that you could contain the light. But look at you now, halfway to becoming a monster. You are unworthy of my patronage.
Đâu, ta biết kế hoạch rồi, nó xu hết cho anh em xong rồi.
I am an Asian. My heart's sole desire is to usher in the great rejoining. 100 years ago, I entrusted my comrade Logriff with the task of increasing light's sway over this world. This we sought to do by manipulating heroes. When that failed to achieve the desired result, I created Vorthri. But thanks to your meddling, that too has ended in failure.
What was your true purpose in approaching us?
By your 12, boy, have I not told you before that everything I said was the truth? You were specimens by which I might gauge man's potential as it stands. I genuinely had an interest in you, genuinely considered taking you on as allies. Provided he could contain and control the light. If not, then he, and by extension you, would be of no use to me. 'Twas as simple as that.
So, we've been found wanting. How disheartening. But even had we fulfilled your conditions, there was no guarantee that we would cooperate. What then?
Then I simply kill you all. At the very least, it would restore the world to the way it was before you went about trouncing Lightwardens willy-nilly. Suffice it to say, it would be most inconvenient to have all that light taken away. And I would be lying if I were to claim his actions didn't have me worried. You still retain your form and your senses. But you have all but become a sin eater.
Bố mới biến thành ông nội rồi. Sao mà biến thành
Whether you will it or no, your mere existence will serve to engulf the world in light. Those in your company will likewise turn into sin eaters, and in time you will succumb to your base instincts and hunt innocents to feast on their sweet, sweet ether.
Ether là cái gì nhỉ? Kiểu là
Those few with the will left to fight may rise up against you. But before your absolute might, they will quickly know despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished.
Ah, the irony. What fourth we achieved through bliss, you achieved through despair.
But I have overstayed my welcome. I shall look forward to seeing you bring the world to its knees, hero.
Exarch!
I have naught to show for all the time and effort I invested in you. He is a small token for my troubles. I did not expect that I could learn aught from man, but I may yet learn something from all the knowledge he had hoarded for his precious hero. I pity you, I do. Your friends are now your foes. If you do not kill them, they will kill you. When it all becomes too much to bear, seek me out at my abode in the dark depths of the Tempest. There, you may complete your descent into madness with some dignity, far from prying eyes.
Chắc chắn bây giờ phải tìm thằng này.
Till then, I bid you farewell, Eater.
Mình đang trong quá trình mình chuyển hóa thằng Peter rồi. Thử không? Thay vì ăn cơm thì mình ăn xin. Không phải.
Ah, finally. After you collapsed, Emmet's self vanished. Then Reen did what she could to stay the raging of the light within your body. Thanks to her, you're still you, but she's only delayed the inevitable.
Anh em mình hôm nào
You're
đi
not going to
để,
like what you see,
đi lấy
but
hết
you
mấy
still
con
need to
mao
see it.
phượng hoàng phượng hiếc này. Tôi chưa có con phượng hoàng. Hết mấy con chim này. 2 con chim. Còn đấy bây giờ đi ăn xin là được rồi. Đi ăn xin. Cái hồn cầm vũ khí 80 vào vậy chém mấy con như kiểu Silva, như Quick. Chắc kiểu Leviathan chắc tất mẹ luôn nhỉ.
It's like this all over. The whole of Norvrat is shrouded in light again. And it's because of you, and the power you absorb from the Wardens.
Thằng âm Mongons mới có con phượng hoàng hôm nay xem.
No one knows but your friends. When they carried you down from the mountain, they told everyone waiting below that they didn't understand why the light had returned. Now they're out there trying to allay the people's fears, while searching for a way to save you.
Tóm lắt ở Heaven Rush cũng có thể solo được. Tóm lắt thì chắc hơn. Không biết.
If you're well enough to be up, you're well enough to get some fresh air. Better that than stewing in here. Go on. Go.
Hai thằng thì không chắc không ăn được. Ba thằng. Golden Pay. gì nhỉ? Đâu Red the Spot này, lắp cái gì không biết, Penny Nutter này. Đó, tầng này mới là nó mở vũ khí đúng không? Mở đổi vũ khí đúng không? Này nhìn trong bữa đấy. Glinat Master of the Stair. Fully recover. Get back. I'm alive. Quá.
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky, knowing what it means to everyone, and that you're responsible. If you're thinking of coming clean, don't. It might make you feel better, but it would make things 100 times worse for them. They're better off not knowing. You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive. Well, come on then. As I thought, what happened between us was no coincidence.
Thì đúng rồi, thằng này nó theo mình là đúng rồi bởi vì là
My story may be finished.
Em vẫn là mình thịt nó mà.
Fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Mình có thằng em tên là Hùng.
Worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie. what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you? Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle. It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Il Meg will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them. What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling, you are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place. Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue.
Đâu, con này là con con này là
You
con kiến
stand
nhưng mà
in
nó
his
chất ngôi
garden, dear
thằng cú.
sapling. Ask his flowers what
Nó
they
lợi
know,
dụng mình nhá,
and you will
con
surely
theo.
find an answer.
Đấy là suy nghĩ theo kiểu
But what will
Cái
you
âm
do
mưu.
with it, I wonder? I'll be
lúc mà nhận
watching
trước
and
thằng
waiting,
bại tái à.
waiting and watching.
Thằng kia chắc chưa chết đâu đúng không? Vừa nãy bị bắn xong rồi thằng này nó mang đi mà. Bảo thằng này cũng chết. voi đéo đâu. Cái thằng kia nó bảo thế mà. Cái lúc bắn nó còn bảo là thằng ấy chưa chết đâu. Phát gì thế? Về nút ít kiểu thấy người trên người kiểu toàn kim cương kem cục các kiểu mang về đem bán. Cái tội kiểu đeo nhiều kim cương vàng bạc châu báu, nhà nhiều của, nhà cả tháp kim cương đéo gì nữa, nhà bàn đá. À đúng rồi, mặt thằng Emet kia là mặt mẹ ấy, lần trước tôi chả bảo mặt thằng đấy là mặt thằng Pin tím ấy, cần ấy, bê đá ấy, cắn ke. Ấy thằng kia nhà bạn đá, bác không về, tôi đã nhìn dần. Thế hợp lý hơn. Thằng Emet chả mặt Pin tím vãi lìn, quả mặt mẹ không lệch đi đâu được. Kiểu gì mình bay được à? Ôi mẹ. What the fuck? Đây là đâu? Ơ? À, mình phải bấm 2 lần nút nhảy. Ambitious. Mở ra bên trong thấy toàn sách toi. À, toàn bong. Mở ra bên trong thấy toàn bong với cả đồ để chơi đá.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
Ôi, hóa ra là toàn sách. Ra là đá đựng trong đá đựng ma túy. Toàn bộ chỗ này là ma túy. Đã là sách. Kiểu rạch ở giữa ấy. Đá ấy. Và cho mày bị phê. Ảo giác.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatir, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the river of time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope, we are finished. Mankind is finished." Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th umbral calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was him. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, he would rise above. Where others would break and run, he would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were his deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the warrior of light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. He was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to him. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. It was clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me. But in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity and make of it a portent, a prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would, and I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the Light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do? We should be on our way. Diassian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Thằng em mình xếp cũng buồn cười nhỉ. Bắt cóc xong rồi đọc con này địa chỉ chỗ dấu con tin này. Đó.
Ah, we have found thee. Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. Ah. By thy looks I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare. Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not? If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command. I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianger. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again. Please, you must stay here, at least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Alize, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple. We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed. I am not about to stand in his way now. Not after failing him in his hour of need. No! The least we can do is...
We will go with you as well. There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them!
No! Well, not in so many words.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out to us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions.
Thằng ấy giọng kiểu ngang bố.
Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive, and I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, it was clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
That's right! We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where they're not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O warrior of darkness?
Oyster on the half shell cho bình hầu. Vào đi co à? Được rồi. Lô. Cái của chú bị camera gần à? Hay to đúng không? Thử đấy xem. Không phải đâu, không phải đâu. Thằng của tôi để cho nó bị lùn ấy. Cho nên là nó bé. Vào đâu cơ? Tôi thấy nó có liên quan đến độ phân giải quái đâu. Đánh hơn. Đúng có cả cái đảo này đúng. Con giống như cái con rùa ở trong FFXIV ấy.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail. Fallen si lor Wislan, Ada si Alina.
Phải nói tiếng tà ngữ à?
Van Urs Atslir, Olfothim, Iri Guath Thi.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
Oh, my snake! Yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Yes, Bismail wing picked. Van dromi drom Jacob. Van reed rithje.
Hola, Sahawin Wulsk.
Càng đi á? Chắc là tại vì tôi dùng nước lạnh. Càng có đờm đúng không ạ?
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
Sao? Tôi vẫn hay bị có đờm mà.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
Tôi vẫn đo nhiệt độ ngày 2 lần đấy.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, the magic in the air when that ladder started
chế ra cái đồng này đúng không?
And when that great hulking Talos rose up! Gods!
Nó tìm ra được cách kích hoạt còn lại cái bọn người con cháu sau này là mới chế ra được cái dựa trên cái công nghệ đấy, dựa trên cái công nghệ đấy mới chế ra được cái máy này và bây giờ đến đời thằng này thì quay lại đúng không? Chumon thực ra cả cái crystal đấy nó như kiểu ở cái cỗ máy thời gian ấy.
What a monster! Where did it even come from? Whoa there! It's not stopping!
What?
Run! Run!
Con này tạo mẹ sóng thần.
Vanana Anna Tilden Sidok Iri Halmsi Funne Aktva Thonjasni Tagnai
Wow.
Đây dưới đáy biển, đáy hồ.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves?
BBC à?
The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Bay được không nhỉ? Ồ, vẫn có thể ấy à? Vậy chưa tận hưởng được bay. Ôi, không phải đường lên đấy luôn ý. Con gì đây? Rồi mời đi Tuấn đây. Ôi, tôi thấy có thằng nó có cái giường không ạ? Cái có cái giường. Chọn đây ấy. Cái đây thì được. Cái chơi nhiều trò ấy, mình tựa là nhiều. Thấy up Facebook còn chơi ở cái mobile ạ. Kiểu rồi. Trong này nó lại lên con khác à? Pha 8 rồi mà con này phải khó đánh. Mà phải đánh con này thì mới lấy được cái kiếm mạnh nhất của thằng được vào. Vượt tên là Gold View. Chắc là chỉ trong này thôi. con gì nhỉ? Quên rồi. Nhanh. Cái bi rồi. Đây cái gì đây? Cái rồi, hát tên gì nhỉ? Virtual. Bởi cái lạ. Nhạc của nó hay phết nhỉ? cơ. Con này hình như cũng giống với cả cái con cưỡi nhở. Cái này như kiểu mình muốn lái linh kia. Cái gì cơ? Chân béo à? À, tội thế, như tội thế mà. Tôi đã làm đâu, chưa làm. Nhưng mà nhân béo ăn lóc cái ra salad chưa? Cái này có phải ăn lóc chứ? Vẫn phải nói chuyện chứ đúng không? Có mù của ăn sinh ấy. Thế nhân béo đi ăn lóc cái đấy đi. Anh em mình thay vì chơi Hunter trong cái bản Hunter chơi ở đây. Tôi chơi con cái thằng tự mới này, người bại khỏe khỏe đu dây ấy, khỏe khỏe. Thế bây giờ thì là còn thay đổi lại map rồi đúng không? Có mấy cái điểm teleport hay gì đấy à? À, hình như là bọn nó bỏ cả tôi nhớ là đọc được ở đâu ấy, là nó bỏ cái tele vào mắt với cả tele vào lính. Teleport đi, cho tele vào mắt với cả tele vào lính trong vòng 10 đầu, 2 phút đầu. Đầu tele vào à. Đâu, cái này đơn giản là tôi đi lấy suốt. Tôi không nhớ đâu, tùy cơ ứng biến đấy mẹ. Bắn đấy mà. Có hai cái rồi. Chúng phải bắn cho tôi phải bắn cho chúng. Mấy con ác này phải bắn cho nhau. Phải đi vào đấy. Không bắn được nhỉ? Tuần mà tôi đèo bắn được cái gì ư? Đâu? Tôi về đi với đâu? Nên tôi không bắn được cái gì luôn đi. Đang thấy nhở? Tôi chạy ra tôi chém bắn cái đéo. Không phải mà là tôi đéo biết bắn. Tôi không bắn được luôn ý. Vào cái tháo nhé, xong rồi là bấm X cả O nó đèo bắn được. Ông vào trong cái gì nhở? collection duty hay không? Collection nó kéo ra. Đúng rồi, hoặc không mỗi lần dùng phải vào collection. Còn mà tôi có đổi đâu, tôi không đổi, tôi đứng mãi đâu, tôi đeo bắt, không phải là không đổi đâu. Vấn đề là bấm nó coi đâu. Trước đây tôi toàn chơi bằng tay mà, tôi chơi bằng bàn phím bao giờ đâu. Bấm nó không bắn chứ. Các hiểu sao? Tôi bảo tôi bấm vào trong, tôi ngồi ở trên cái pháo rồi mà. Xong rồi nó có hai cái nút đấy. Cả hai ở đèo mặt. Con bot đâu rồi? Có ai bị lao không? Lao không? Thấy bot đâu cả? À đây rồi. Bắn có thấy nó nhảy máu không? Tôi đã thấy nó nhảy cái gì luôn. À nhưng mà tôi bắn vào nó mất máu này, nó không nhảy máu nhưng mà nó mất máu. Làm quen thôi. Quen tôi đi. Được, bắt rồi. Tuấn ơi, cái con Mao lần trước từ con tôi ấy, đấy, con đấy là lấy ở trong cái gì ấy, con robot đi, con tôi. Mẹ quê thằng Tuấn toàn như cái vườn thú ấy, trước chụp ảnh lên, biết là sao? Con kinh công nó ngồi ở đi phải ôm con. Đằng sau là mấy con khủng, đằng sau là mấy con khủng long. Khó hiểu ra đấy. Đến khi nào thì tôi sang được quê chủ. Cái này nhìn lại à? Cái này lạ nhở? Con này mới quá. Thấy nó lạ lạ mà. Nó đem mấy con ra ở phải tài. Có cái con ngày xưa anh em đánh là con B52 đấy không? Về sau con va chắc ấy, con va chắc chủ phải con đấy chưa? Con đấy giảm va ấy, va chắc này. Nó có cái skin mà bay ra rồi là mẹ cắm thẳng cái quả tên lửa ở dưới ấy. Con va chắc ấy cũng ở trong series đấy mà. Con giống cái phi thuyền ý. Đợi Tuấn nó party thôi. Thú về đâu nhở? Bây giờ phải tele ra đâu để lấy cái quét đấy nhở? Quên mẹ rồi. Ở chỗ Stormbot, cái chỗ thảo nguyên ấy, chú ra cái chỗ thảo nguyên ấy, nhớ cái chỗ thảo nguyên không? Sang rồi, nó sang rồi. Đúng rồi đấy, cái chỗ bọn thân tông ấy, chỗ của bọn kiểu giống như Mông Cổ ấy. Bởi nhân béo và nhâm nhi từ cái đống Stormbot, Stormblood đấy cũng hay phết. Các cốt truyện Stormblood được. Bỏ mẹ 25 đô ra mua mẹ cái bát cốt truyện thì cho nhanh. Kugane á? Để anh về Kugane anh chơi với chú. Đấy, đánh đàn. Chắc là nó tập đàn đấy. Kugane mấy cái map mới ngày xưa Kugane đông bỏ mẹ. một thằng chơi nhưng mà một thằng vào đổi. Tôi đã về đâu? Đang bây giờ bay đây. Tuấn tay lên về đâu để được rẻ nhỉ? Đừng có lô bớt đúng không? Lý thôi. Tay lên về Globus chạy hơn. Cái vé thì để đi những chuyến mấy nghìn thôi.